Three, two, one, and pills. I am expecting this to be very close. The 6 to 9 average of these people is not too far apart. Ramsey Fox averages about a 737, Dave Smith a 656, which sounds like a big gap. But when you get to the best, the difference is a 617 for Ramsey Fox and a 552 for Dave Smith says. So that's only about a 25-second difference. So I'm expecting this to be a very close match from start to finish.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about ceilings, Dave, with just the years of experience he's got in this tournament, has done some crazy things, and is doing some crazy things even as we're talking. But Ramsey certainly capable of a lot of the same stuff. So, I don't know as far as ceilings who we can really give the advantage to, but it's not going to matter because that's we're playing the game, so we get to see exactly who's going to win this one. And yeah, looking at what Ramsey's got, I'm hopeful that he's going to figure out a way to desandwich this yellow on column 8, but I'm not sure since he is already committed. Yeah, it looks like everything's going to have to be done vertically there.
Yeah, but looks like Dave Smith says dealing with a similar issue with the yellow that they have in column 8 as well. So they're probably going to have to take that one out vertically as well. And that's going to slow both of them down. But right now it looks like Ramsey Fox has a minor advantage. You just need a couple more blue and they will be out of this. While, ooh, a little bit of a misdrop by Dave Smith says, but he's got a little backup plan there. He can dig underneath to get out of that. But with this last blue, it'll be Ramsey Fox out first at a 141.
Yeah, and that's a solid time. It's just a little bit north of what we expect from our main bracket players. We usually find them around that minute and a half mark, maybe a little bit lower. So that's a good pace to be on. As we see Ramsey setting up for this big triple here, and I love the setup that he's got in mind. Um, yeah, he's got ideas, and watch when this whole combo breaks. Here it comes.
Speaking of breaking, he better be careful here.
Yeah, that's true. Ramsey is playing on high, so the option for breaking the game is here, but I believe he already has everything ready to go just in case that happens. A lot of players go ahead and take that precaution and make sure that they're capable of fixing it in a pinch if that happens. But yeah, he's still holding on to about a 4 virus difference over Dave Smith, and another great combo from Ramsey. He is really firing on all cylinders here.
I was a little concerned early on when I saw the sheer amount of blue on his board, but now you take a look at this and you're going, blue? What blue? He's got pretty much all of it taken off, and really the only difficulty he has left is at column 1, which is going to be a minor issue here and there, but for the most part, he should be able to take that out without having to panic too much here.
Yeah, but
Particularly if you can
looking
get a
over,
red. Sorry.
hey, you're fine. Looking over what Dave Smith has got, he is down to just needing one more blue, and he's going to be out first at a 327. But Ramsey also out of the 327, so we got ourselves a tie ball game here. Tie pill game, maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say these are very oddly shaped balls, but I like the look of Ramsey's board a little bit better. I see so many double opportunities, horizontal opportunities where things are nice in the wide open. While Dave Smith says, well, he has them as well. You got to do a little bit more finagling and maneuvering to get around to some of them. And you can tell that right away with the fact that while Dave Smith says has the lead, he doesn't have as much setup going on right now. You can see Ramsey's got setup for pretty much every combination that can drop here.
Yeah, Ramsey had an early miss drop that cost him some time, but luckily he was able to get the pills that he needed fairly quickly and is right back on track. And I love these horizontals that he's got set up. He saw that very early on and has got it within one here of Dave, who needs some reds and some yellows. Looks like he's going to go ahead and set this red over on the right hand side and now just needs two reds to finish this up. He is going to be out at a 448. Ramsey, just with a couple more setups ready to go, is going to have this great combo there. He is going to be behind, but not by a whole lot.
Yeah, I find myself just almost getting mesmerized with how he's doing all these combos over there, Ramsey Fox. I'm sitting going, I didn't even see that. Where did that come from? But
Yeah,
speaking of combos, that's going to be pretty heavily needed on Dave Smith says with the red stairs and then the blue stairs right underneath that. He did a nice little combo to get rid of a fair amount of that. But at the same time, Ramsey Fox with a wide staircase for red, which I like those a little bit more because it's much easier to get the horizontals and combos out of those.
yeah. Ramsey's got a lot of horizontal options here, a lot of double horizontal options actually. But you can see he's not getting the pills that he wants to be able to pull them off, and it's frustrating him a little bit, but he's not having too many troubles here. He would love to see now a blue yellow is going to get it immediately and drop that combo down. So he's got some garbage to deal with, not a ton, just enough to force a little bit of work into the top of that board. As Dave is 5 irises ahead now, but also has some garbage to deal with himself. But yeah, it's Dave is one of those people you're never 100% sure if it's garbage or not, proving that right there.
Yeah, Dave, in my opinion, Dave Smith says is almost the silver bracket version of Adelito when it comes to garbage. Is that you could go there and go, why did he place that there? And then 3 pieces later, it's oh.
I think that's a fair comparison. Calling both of them is just a challenge. And Dave's the OG for that. As Ramsey drops another awesome combo himself, he's now 11 viruses behind, but he has found his way to the bottom of this board and is definitely in the bottom mid game of this particular level 9. As Dave is in the end game of his, just needs 2 reds to be done. Gonna get 1 and 2 with the third one just for fun out at a 7-10, and that's gonna be it for game 1.
Great match by both of them. Pretty good times as well. Like this was despite the challenges we saw in a couple of the boards, they got through this pretty quickly as Ramsey Fox decides just to reset things and prepare for the next match.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, and just, we're talking in the chat they're talking in the chat about the distance that this tournament has traveled in the last couple of years, and that's definitely the case, and seeing these 2 who have done just they've done things in the main bracket, and, here they are in silvers, but still just crushing it. The whole tournament has really risen, and these guys are a testament to that as well. It's a lot of fun watching them play.
There were some people who I heard when I first started doing this where they said that the silver and the gold had a huge gap between them when I started here about almost a year and a half ago. But then that really quickly started to change. You started seeing some people moving up real quickly as we get our 3-2-1 pills and the level started here. Luke, in particular, with his first gold bracket showing where he almost upset in that matchup really made people start going, well, hey, there's a lot of really good people in silver now, and these two are shining examples of this. As Ramsey has just absolutely destroyed this level 6. There's virtually nothing left. It's almost at the bottom of his board, while Dave Smith says is kind of all over the place except for the left hand side of his board.
And notice though that the pill difference is only 1 between these 2, and how very close we came to not being in this position, as Ramsey had a pretty rough misdrop early on in his board. But not only was able to get past it, but was able to turn all that garbage into gold. I think he's only had to kill 1 or 2 of those pieces of garbage, and it's been really fun to watch. Now, Dave Smith, this giant machine that he's built, who knows where it's going to go, as he also is just down to 3 viruses. Uh, it's going to be a matter of how quickly Ramsey's going to get reds or Dave's going to get blues, as it looks like Ramsey's going to get the reds first. Dave really just wants these blues. Ramsey had about a 133. It's a great time for him. Dave just needs now 3 more blues. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. He's gonna be out at a 146. So the difference right now, pretty much just that RNG issue.
So I'm thinking that right now Ramsey is hoping that he doesn't see much in the way of blue, as there's really wasn't a lot of blue on this board to start with. He's taken off, I think, 2 blue viruses, and everything else has been yellows and reds. So he's hoping for a hot dog uh, festival from the doctor, while Dave Smith says definitely wants to see a fair bit more blue, as it's pretty much prevalent in all levels of his board.
Yeah, definitely. As Dave dropping some quick horizontal doubles in there. Uh, Ramsey, I think, is looking for a sweet tea over in columns. Was that 4 and 5? Would have gotten it if it weren't for those meddling kids, but, does manage to get the giant horizontal there. He's gonna be out of this one very quickly here and is gonna take a fairly commanding lead as, Dave is doing a great job, but yeah, like you said, just needs those blues, and they're not coming for him as Ramsey out at a 257. This is really good time. And yeah, that sub 3 minutes coming out of the second level of this block, that is exactly what you want to see if you're Ramsey.
That's exactly what you want to see if you're in the gold bracket, never mind in the silver. This has been an absolutely great run by Ramsey Fox so far, as Dave Smith says is really struggling here, but got everything set up. They just need the right pill combinations, and everything will drop down, and they'll be out of here real quickly. But Ramsey Fox is just running away with this. He's just almost every piece he's putting down is taking a virus off the board.
Right, you are, partner, as we hope for the best for Dave. I don't think, yeah, he's not able to swim it, but it's a double red blitz, which is exactly what he needs. He's out at a 346. Is going to have some catching up to do, but these early boards are going to give you just that opportunity, and there's still an entire level left to go. So, proper RNG coming for Dave could be very beneficial for him, and who knows, we might see another lead change hands here.
Right now, though, it's going to be pretty hard working because right now, it's the way Ramsey Fox has got this board set up. Pretty much anything will be beneficial to him. He just needs to get rid of those blues on the bottom, and everything else will be a piece of cake. I'm going to guess he's going to try to go for that horizontally, would be my guess. No, maybe not. All right. I guess with the pill combination guy just made more sense to do it that way. He's going to go for the other one, though, horizontally, is this last blue. He is out at a 438. It's about a 23 virus lead right now for him, but that's not insurmountable. We have seen people in the silver bracket make a comeback at the start of the last level to get in this, so don't count Dave Smith's out quite yet.
Yeah, definitely correct, and especially with the just everything that Ramsey's looking at right now, he wants blues. He wants to get these blues knocked out. And, when so much of your top line is a single color, that's all you want. You want to just get it there, get it done. He's got the setups for the next layer down. And the next layer down on that right, underneath that red, is more blues. So he didn't really have anything else to do there. Finally gets those blues to take that horizontal. And these two double yellows are just golden for him as he is already finding a way deep into this board.
Yeah, it was a sheer amount of blue that he had. This could have been trouble, but he has placed everything just perfect. It was almost a fist pump, I think, with Ramsey for seconds, how good he's done on this clearing out this area. Meanwhile, Dave Smith says just needs, oh, this double red is perfect. Just needs 2 more red, and they will be out here, and they will be getting out of this level just north of 6 minutes. It's a pretty big lead right now, but with the way that this board is set up for Ramsey Fox, 1 or 2 misflips could give Dave Smith says all the opportunity he needs, especially with that huge horizontal that Dave Smith says did, and the Reds in the position they are makes it very easy to do a lot of combos real quick.
Yeah, Dave, in fact, dropping yet another combo as you say that and going to get a vertical, not quite the T that I think he was hoping for. But in the end, I think all of his efforts may be in vain. Ramsey does have a struggle just on that left column one. He might be thinking about handling. Oh, I see what he's working on now. Uh, that's not a problem. Especially once he gets this blue yellow laid down, one tuck, and that is going to do it for him. South of 7 minutes at a 6:58. Ramsey is going to take crown his first crown in game two, and man, does it in a pretty convincing fashion.
I didn't see what he was going for until about 2 pills before he finished it. No, it was actually a pretty impressive setup he did there.
Yeah, yeah, this is. I mean, this is great play. These aren't players who are learning the game. These are two veterans, and they are showing off what they are capable of. This has been just so much fun to watch, and yeah, I this is why we play the silver bracket because the quality is just there. All right, so there's our readies. They're ready to go.
Are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
Oh, I'm definitely ready for this. This is going to be an exciting match. And we got our three, two, one, and pills. And taking a look at the board, we have well, essentially we got a six column match for Ramsey Fox till he gets near the bottom. Dave Smith says is much more spread out along the board and colors, so that big gap in near the bottom in 4, 5, and 6 could cause him potential drop time problems.
Oh, Ramsey tried a cheeky maneuver there. It's possible, but on high speed, it's much more difficult. You can see that yellow blue that he laid sideways on columns 4 and 5. He was hoping to get that tapped one more over and take those blues vertically. In the end, it's not going to cause him a whole bunch of trouble, but definitely seeing the aggression there from Ramsey, who really wants this one, and you know can certainly take it, especially, with a win here, will take it.
And as we mentioned a few times now, Dave Smith says he's been around for a long time. He's not easy to beat unless your name is also Dave. So anyone who can say that you've gotten a crown against him, that's an impressive thing to be able to say.
Yeah, definitely. And Dave showing that off as well. He's just a few blues away. There's one, two, three, and four. Gonna need one more as those extra drops happen. He's gonna be out at a 128, so sub 1.5 coming out of level 6. That is a really good time. And Ramsey going to be a little hamstrung here by needing to do things in a specific order, but not by too much as he gets those three yellows right in a row out at a 142.
Yeah, and as we mentioned the last match, 130 is kind of the well, I guess lack of a better term, the gold standard for the gold bracket that you want to be getting out of level 6, and then preferably out before 3 minutes for 6 and 7. And both of these people, if I remember, have done that in at least one match so far this series. So we could see some very swift matches in this one. Switch levels, I mean.
Oh, definitely. These two are old pros at this by now and very capable of handling it. As you see, Dave is deep into this board, and look at that nice setup that he's been planning for a bit. Was I was wondering what he was going to do if he didn't get the yellow blues to set it up, but he does, and everything kind of coming up exactly the way he wants it. Is going to take this other horizontal as Ramsey starts working his way into this middle late board himself. Dave is at 5 viruses, Ramsey at 10, so about a 5 virus difference between the two of them. But all of Dave's viruses now are red. So that could be a real problem. We'll just have to wait and see. You see that he's setting up a horizontal at the bottom. That was for that exact pill, yellow blue. He knew he was going to get something that didn't have red in it and had himself ready. Now just 2 viruses away as Ramsey is trying to set up this red horizontally and then set up the blues horizontally as well. The plans are a little bit competing, but not going to be too much trouble as Dave Smith out at under 3.5.
Yeah, and while you were mentioning about the great combo that Dave Smith said, Ramsey Fox did a horizontal into a vertical into a drop T at that exact same time as Dave Smith said. That's the reason why, despite how many pills Dave Smith took off at that point, Ramsey Fox is not all that far behind, and right now is only down by about 8 viruses and pretty much going virus for virus right now, as Dave Smith says, which is good in one way, but considering that he is behind as he gets another sweet tea, he needs to find a way to just find a little bit of places here and there to take an extra virus off and try and retake that lead.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons we're always talking about combos is, you know, combos, one of the beauties of them, it's not just reverses play. One of the beauties of them is that they take out multiple viruses at once. So, like you said, if you're just doing one for one, the same number of viruses as your opponent, you're never going to catch up. As Ramsey getting hamstrung here by lack of blue, but once he gets one, that sort of thing happens. But yeah, it's not helpful. So being able to find these combo plays and
Watch
drill
this from
stuff
Ramsey.
down. There you go. That's the sort of thing that helps you get back into the lead, get back at least keeping things close. And yeah, like you said, Ramsey just finding those combos and is very close now to getting caught up with Dave, who has a combo of his own. Is going to combo out. That was beautiful.
Yeah, they're throwing haymakers at each other right now, and they're taking each other's hits pretty decently. As right now, it looks like those yellows are going to have to be taken out horizontally by Ramsey Fox. And that's not going to be an issue. He just needs one more yellow, which he will get right here, and will be out at a 5:34, which means there's about a 5 second difference right now going into our potentially final levels. How close this is, it might not be. We'll have to wait and see on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're gonna. I mean, you want to call a tie right now? That's ambitious, but I'm here for it.
That's why I just said potentially. I'm not going to say anything for certain, but the sheer amount of blue on both sides, particularly on Dave Smith says board, if he does not get a lot of blues, particularly double blues, this will give Ramsey Fox the opportunity he needs to get right back in this, and he'll be even closer than it is now. It's like, look at this L yeah right there by Ramsey Fox.
Yeah, Ramsey down about 9, 10 viruses, but coming up with some good combos. Now Dave's got a much more open board at this point. He's got the opportunities to do a lot, but the fact that Ramsey's board is as closed as it is does give him the opportunity as well to be able to combo some of these viruses off of each other without having to build across a lot of gaps. It's Yeah, he's gotten away from having that very blue heavy board. Now it's more of a red heavy board, and that column 8 is gonna. It looks like a pain point for him. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does. Although it does look like Dave Smith may have this wrapped up as with 3 viruses left. He's very close in on this win here. Is going to get a double blue, exactly what he needs. Going to take this red out. And at a 7-16, Dave Smith says has won this match and will be going on to our finals in what has been just a really, really thrilling match.